Welcome to another episode of SipEasy, where we sip, taste, and talk. My name is Ogeva Emerson, and it's glad to be back for another episode. And on today's episode, we are looking to speak to 4 whiskey offerings, right? Not 8, 4. 4 whiskey offerings, affordable offerings, as against in comparison to the expensive ones that we are all exposed to. And I have with me a long-time friend. Let me not even go there. I'll expose him. Olubunmi Adetiba Bond. I call him Bond. We call him Bond.
Everybody calls me Bond.
Nice to have you on the show, Bond.
Nice
And it's
to
going
be
to be
here.
helping me out, to review these bottles and generally shed more light on them. And I even want to start with the fact that we're having to look at these bottles, right? Before we even get to the bottles, right? So I've always been of the opinion a lot of Nigerians tend to just buy names, right? The most expensive drink out there is what I'm buying. I'm a big guy. Do you understand? They don't necessarily appreciate the taste. And I'll tell you why, because there was a time I was drinking, I can't remember, I think it was Mark 12, and one random, well, not random, he was on the table with us, and the guy goes, Baba, you're not supposed to drink 12 years now. Supposed to do 18 now, you understand? And I'm like, what the hell is this guy talking about? I'm drinking 12, right? And it has its value. I always say 12 years. If you had a child, right? So the child will be talking to you. You can't be disrespecting bottles because, it's younger than the other. And each year has its own offering, to be honest, right? Obviously, the older it gets, probably the taste is stronger, smoother. But I just feel we are still locked in that.
Let me speak to that. Some of it is not really their fault. It's marketing. Now, the drinks that we know are marketed more.
Yes.
Simple.
Fair enough.
So, and if something is marketed towards you, of course it works. You would move towards it. You would try and move it. So one of the things that I try and tell people, and that's why I'm happy to be here, is that develop your own taste. Right? Understand what you're drinking, understand what it's about, right? And then you are able to get best value. Because one of the things is that because there's marketing, right? And there's a high marketing budget.
Yes.
A lot of those drinks that are highly marketed are more expensive.
Yeah.
So you can get really good drinks for a cheaper budget that have less marketing on it. So that's part of it. That's the major thing. And I think that's the thing. That's one of the reasons why we've chosen this thing.
That's why this show exists.
Exactly.
And it doesn't get as valid as what you just said, really. It's marketing. So that's why I go buy names, right? It's what the names are thrown out there and everybody just feels is the best. Do you understand? So I agree with you a lot. And to bring you guys deeper into this conversation, so we have 2 Scottish whiskies and we have 2 Japanese whiskies. Very key, very intentional picks. We have Ballantines, we have the Observatory 20 years, we have Tenjaku, and we have Rokkosan, right? Rokkosan. Sorry, guys. This particular drink is new to me. I'm very.
So let me give a bit of insight. They're both 2 Scotch, 2 Japanese. 2 blended. So we have a blended and we have a single malt. And we have blended Japanese and we have single malt Japanese.
Yeah.
So the whole reason about this is, first of all, a lot of people don't really understand whiskey and the types of whiskey.
They don't.
So when they see something is 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, they understand whiskey based on price.
Period. So that's all we know in Nigeria.
Yeah,
it's expensive. That's what I'm buying. I'm biggest guy. I'm buying the most expensive drink. And it ends there, well, you guys don't really have value for the taste. No disrespect, but I think you should pay more attention to that. And that's why
So when you have a blended whiskey, if you're trying to break it down, the single malt is made from a single malt barrel, and that's what blended is from different ages, different things
brought together. Exactly. I can't remember. I think I spoke to who did I speak to that actually emphasized on that, right? Different blended. Okay, sorry, it was a meeting with some guys. Yeah. So blended whiskey is very different from single malt, and just like you've highlighted, blended whiskey is a blend from different components of the drink. So maybe let's split a bottle into 4 sections, right? Section 1 is blended somewhere, section 2 is blended somewhere, section 3 is blended somewhere. Likewise, section 4, and it's brought in together to form one drink. That's what blended whiskeys are. But a single malt whiskey is from one casket,
yeah.
right? And that's Ballantine is blended Scotch whiskey.
That's why you will never see an aged blended whiskey.
Yes,
because it's different ages, different things come together. But when with single malt, it's aged because it's in that cask. That cask has been
for over time.
Yes, so been aged. So like this now, this is an Observatory 20 years aged single malt. Now, the reason why we put this Observatory here is if you compare it to other whiskies of its same age, same single malt, it's almost a third the price.
Yeah, and it's a very good price. And in fact, before we even go, let's work with taste. Let's work with taste first before we get into that. And let's start with Ballantine, right? So before let's not even let's taste as we're speaking. Do you understand? I'll try not to be overzealous.
No. Try not. We're tasting.
We're tasting. Yeah.
Although it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Drink responsibly, guys. Cheers, man. Cheers. We always cheers. So you see the taste. It has that burnt cask-ish taste, but it's also very mild on the throat, right? And it's a very reasonably priced whiskey. I think you can get Ballantines off the shelf for like, what, 25?
No. Well, I think even cheaper than 25. Right? Yeah, no, about 15,000 naira. You should be able to get, naira. Yeah. So what I tell people is this, blended whiskeys usually come below 30,000 naira are usually the price for your average blended whiskey. So you're talking about Johnny Walker, the other various blends and all those kind of things are usually below 30. So this is smack in the middle at 15,000 naira.
Exactly. It's exactly 15,000 naira thereabout. And that's off the shelf, right? From your average supermarket or wherever you buy your drinks from. But but in lounges and clubs, it averages between 35, 40 to 50 within that price. And that depends on where you buy, where you're at, right? Location always counts. I mean, they are very expensive joints.
So I've always told people that if you're mixing, right, try and go for a blended whiskey. So that one, for the price range, you are mixing anyway. So the taste, the taste palettes, you don't get what you normally get in a single malt.
Yeah, because it's blended, right? You can't take the risk.
You can mix it around. So it's best. And then, things like Ballantine mix very well. You put with the Coke, you put tonic water in it, a bit of lemon. Fantastic.
Cranberry is another mix I've actually been exposed to. Cranberry actually goes with whiskey. Yeah. Crazy mix, but it actually does. But with the right amount and right amount of ice. Do you understand? But he also mentioned a valid point, guys. If you are mixing, we do not encourage mixing, to be honest. We encourage just drink neat. However, if at all you want to go, right, you can work with blended whiskeys like Ballantines. So it works with, you can go with your cocktails, you can go with your mixes, soda, carbonated, whatever your choice, your preference is, right? Blended whiskeys work better when you're mixing. But, single malt whiskeys, you have to appreciate the craft. Like, there's no need to mix. A big chunk of ice, if you really need to have ice, a big chunk of ice because it dilutes slowly.
I always tell somebody something, say, I think it's disrespectful to mix a single malt. Why? Because if you look at the years, that drink has been waiting for that amount of years for somebody to put it in their mouth. You now come and mix it.
But I heard on one episode of No Wrong Combos we did, remember, I don't know, was it No Wrong Combos? I think it was when I spoke about a guy that got kicked out of the house because he mixed Coke. Do you understand? So some people actually take it that serious. And so, however, we confirmed Ballantines, very good offer, reasonably priced, quality taste, blended whiskey at 15,500 on the average off the shelf. And when you're buying club or lounges, between, on the average, 35 to 50 in that range. But I mean, it still depends on where you're going to. But on the average, most places will sell within those prices. If you're going to the extreme places, then you're going to have to deal with the high numbers. And we'll go into the next one, right? So we're done with Ballantines. I need to clear my palate bones. You probably should. So we're on Ballantines. So we're done with Ballantines, and this is the Observatory. This is your recommendation, though.
Yeah.
I've had Observatory before. I've had Observatory before, you know, but I've never actually given the taste a second thought, right? Cheers, bro. We cheers for every taste, right? So let's see this one. That's a single malt right there.
Yeah. It's a single grain.
Yeah, single grain.
Yeah.
Single grain. Single grain. I think we probably need to do more. But go on. Go on what you're saying.
So, like I said, this is a very good alternative to some of the big name brands, you know, around the Macallans, the Glens, and all whatnot. Those ones have bigger marketing budgets. This, it's newer in the market. The marketing budget is not as much as such.
Is it even really as new? Well,
it's newer in the market.
A lot of people are not necessarily exposed.
It's newer in the market, and because of that, it's a little cheaper, and you are able to get high quality for a lower price. Now, it's single grain as opposed to say single malt, but it's about the same thing. They just tricked it up a bit. That is, but it's 20 years. So, like I say, it's aged. So, and I've always told people that if you look at aged things, I'm going to look at the camera.
Corks, right?
Yeah. So the cork, that's over here, means it continues aging. So once it's like this, it continues aging as is in the bottle, right? So which is why I like the Observatory, because it has a cork. So it continues aging, as opposed to a lot of the drinks you have now that is plastic cover.
Well, do you know what? Actually, there's one online lecture I went through, and they mentioned the cork, right? So for whiskeys, I think you keep it this way. Whiskeys, you have to stand them, right? Because over time,
that's wine.
No, wines you bend. Wines you can bend.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Because the corks need to be moist.
Moist, yeah.
Do you understand? So it keeps the moisture in the wine and it doesn't get dry. But for whiskeys, you have to stand, right? Because if it soaks it gets dry, and becomes it's not as tight anymore. It doesn't seal as well as it should, and obviously over time.
Yeah, that's after being opening.
After being opened. Yeah, exactly. So the Observatory is another good offer, and off the shelf is 15,000, 45. Sorry, that's 45K. So obviously, it's a single grain. While going a step further, right? It's not blended. So definitely, it's going to be more expensive. But 45K off the shelf, it's not bad for a 20-year bottle. It is actually not bad. Do you know? So I would recommend this as well to drink neat. Drink neat. If you want to mix, don't mix. Don't worry. Ice, one big chunk, or just drops of water. You don't even necessarily need to use ice. Just drops of water. So for 45, and I mean, club prices are between. I think club prices for this are between 70 to 120, depending on where you are too as well. So you can get some places and you probably find an Observatory 20 years for 70, 80, 90, 100, 120, 130, depending on where you are though. So, I mean, if you know the price range rather, for wherever you drink your whiskey, and you're looking to, try out the Observatory 20 years, it won't be a bad one to go, as against the likes that, like we've highlighted, the one that everybody knows about, right? So definitely the Observatory.
And I also want to put something there. A proper whiskey drinker, see you drink an Observatory, knows that you know what you're drinking. So it's not you're not trying to shine, you're not trying to show anything. You
want to drink.
You know what you're talking.
You know what you want to drink, right? Because another thing I always do, I always say, right? Like, so for me, I have different drinks for different moments. Do you understand? So if it's on a one-on-one with you, like for instance now, I could do the Observatory, right? Do you understand? And you know the funniest thing, without trying to sound like drunkards, we'll probably cop the bottle, bro. A long talk, a long evening, we'll cop a bottle. And because it's single grain, it's smooth on the throat. You know, you manage your drink. Drink responsibly though. We do. Do you understand? So if you probably do that, is one bottle we recommend for you. So that's our whiskey for as second Scotch whiskey. Now we're going into Japanese. And like I was saying, it's a very, very, very lovely whiskey. For a baseline, Tenjaku is a whiskey I will recommend any day. Trust me, Tenjaku works. And it has a very good taste. After tasting, but it's smooth. It tastes almost as good as the Observatory 20 years, which is a great, you understand, what's the word, strength or position it actually has. So Tenjaku works at 20,500 off the shelf is actually a good one, right? And excuse me, I guarantee you, this is a bottle you can serve in any event and no one will be disappointed. As against having to see the old 21 years and all that. Tenjaku works. Now we're going to Rokkosan.
Now, Rokkosan is, I would say, it's a high-end or a higher-end whiskey.
Yes, pure malt.
It's single malt, higher-end whiskey. You can see it even has a glass stopper. So it's a little different. The Japanese do things a little different. And I would say for this, I keep saying this, if you were to offer this to a whiskey connoisseur, you're able to show that you know your whiskey. You're able to show that you are appreciating something different. It's
so this is my first time trying Rokkosan. I've seen it a lot, but I've never tasted it.
So Rokkosan, they have different, but this is a smoky.
I was going to say that.
This is smoky barrel. So this gives the taste of almost like a Jack Daniel, a thing. But it's a single malt.
It's not harsh.
It's single malt. So it's smoother. So like I said, whiskeys are meant to be experienced. All of them have various tastes, various notes. So this gives a bit of smokiness, a bit of smooth.
And it has some, I'm not sure if that's right, but it has some herbs-ish taste to it. It comes after the bond. The bond taste.
It's almost like you are if the Agbo connoisseurs will say, it almost seems like there's a bit of Agbo inside. It's a fantastic whiskey. It should be experienced. It should never
be mixed.
Never be mixed.
You can't even try it.
I think it's a shame.
You don't have any business mixing it, right?
I think it'd be a shame to mix it.
And if you are one of them lots that can't drink straight, just add some drops of water. You don't even need to use ice with this. You just need to add some drops of water. And in fact, if you go beyond that, you spoil it. This is actually nice. How much does this go for?
Well, this is, I don't know if it's sold in Nigeria, but it goes for about 800 Hong Kong dollars. I'm not sure how you can do the calculation to see what that does. But it goes for about 800 Hong Kong dollars. Like I said, it's a little higher end than what we've been showing so far. But the aim is to show that there are alternatives. If you want to experience whiskey, if you want to spend money, try something different. Try something a little, convert it. Let's see what it...
That comes to like 140 in Naira.
In Naira. Like 140,000. So the aim now is, for 140,000, which is about the price on the shelf for a Glen 15, for instance. Now, so that's where it's comparable with. But this is much more of an experience than a Glen 15, so to speak.
It actually is, to be honest. I'm a Glen guy as well. I've had Glen, countless times. We've had Glen together so many times, right? I think for my first taste, this is an experience. It actually, I need to get the smell, right? And sorry guys, we're heading somewhere with this, right? So at 140 a pop for pure malt, it has a very, subtle note. Then the burnt taste from the cask, I want to believe, and the herbal-ish taste afterwards actually blends well, and it's different. Like Japanese whiskey is different. Japanese whiskey is on another level. It's very different from what we're all used to, the Scottish, you understand, and all that, bourbons and all. But this is actually nice. And at 140, I know it sounds expensive. it does sound expensive, especially in comparison to what we reviewed here. But if you're looking to step into that premium,
it's a great alternative.
Yeah, it's a great alternative as to your average premium bottle that you're paying for. I mean, slightly cheaper, but you get a very different.
I won't put it. I will say it's a lot cheaper, because why I say this is, I mean, I compared it to the Glen 15. It's not in the range of the Glen 15. It's comparison with the Macallan 18. It's comparison with the Glen 21. That's the range it's in. But the price range is much lower.
It's very lower.
So if you are looking to impress your boss, or impress, some guy, and you come,
a guy that appreciates whiskey.
Yeah, appreciate whiskey, Rokkosan, and he tasted, you know what you're talking about, and give you an experience.
Thank you for introducing me to this.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. I love its taste. I actually love its taste. And bro, thanks, man. I'm going to jump on this.
No, it's true. Like I said, I always, every time someone travels, every time goes, instead of looking for, give me chocolate, give me a good whiskey experience. Is it? So I have whiskey rums from all around the world, and fantastic. For instance, I remember when we talked about the show, I was going to bring some Indian whiskey.
Yeah.
So maybe another episode we'll talk about that.
But yeah. Because, I mean, there are so many options out there to speak about. And I'm not even exposed to Indian whiskey.
It's cheaper. It's much cheaper. So the thing about it is, and this is what I think the message for what we are trying to do there is, there are all sorts of whiskeys in the world. Mm-hmm. Don't let marketing just box you into certain places. Everybody's going for Glen. Everybody's going for, the same things. Jack Daniel, the same things. And all of them have...
and it's just the same thing over and over again. You're like narrowing yourself.
Jameson's, they have high marketing budgets. So
to be honest with you,
you are paying for the marketing.
Sorry to even boss you. I heard about Glen. First time I had Glen was like maybe 2021 or 2022. It was a friend of mine, right? His sister stays in Yankee, and her husband was a mad whiskey guy. But at that time, we were still exposed to just Jack Daniels in Nigeria, and that's what you could actually was the best offering at the point. But whenever this guy came around or she came around, they came with Glen. Do you understand? So that's how I got exposed to Glen that far back, and I'm very sure it wasn't available in the market at that time. It's not something that was readily available, right? But it just shows the journey on how we all get exposed to different whiskeys. And after then, I appreciated it, but I've been exposed to a lot of other bottles, right? And afterwards, but a lot of people are still stuck on the Glen. No disrespect to Glen. Glen is nice, no problem. Glen is nice, but you guys need to understand that there are a lot of other whiskey options that you can actually work on, for your parties, whatever.
I will tell people this, right? There are loads of restaurants. Because you see McDonald's everywhere, doesn't mean McDonald's is the best restaurant in the
exactly.
world. So you can go to a Mama Put and give you the exact things you want.
I was actually hoping you skip that, because I was going to say you can go to one Yabilike or whatever, Rice or whatever it is, and you still get the option, because it's the taste that matters. Yeah. But don't be locked on what is what
is marketed to you.
What's forced onto your eyes. These particular bottles here, trust me, guys, for every single one we've analyzed here and we reviewed, they all have good price offerings, and they give you quality taste. You don't miss out on anything whatsoever. And they work. Trust me, they all work. And we started from the cheapest to the highest. It doesn't mean they're all bad, but it's just cheaper options, available options, affordable options for you guys to actually work with, as against being focused on. So when you want to do parties, I know a lot of guys, I have friends, we all do parties when everybody's like, man, my budget for drink don't pass so millions and all that, right? But you can actually use these bottles and still get the exact same effect. There's no minus in it. So you guys should actually jump on this and actually try this. I will continue to give you more reviews. Thank you so much, Bond.
Thank you
so much, Bond. And thank you. I mean, you brought me with this.
Like I said, I always tell people,
I love this.
Taste with your mouth. Mm-hmm. Taste what you like, know what you like. If you, experience drinks, there are all sorts of, we're at a distillery here.
Yeah.
There's brewery.
Yeah. I made that mistake, so I'll correct you. I was corrected.
Brewery. Right, brewery here, and they make all sorts of things. So the truth about it is that there's life you should be experienced, and there are all sorts of brands to be experienced. Don't be pigeonholed.
Trust me. What variety is the spice of life, guys?
Yeah, yo.
And however, we'll move into the blind sip section. I'll see you guys in a bit. Take care. Bye. Welcome to the blind sip segment, powered by Battery. Bond has stretched us way beyond our limits. We normally do 3 offerings, but because we spoke about 4 reviews today, 4 bottles of whiskey today, we're going to be doing 4. And Bond, yeah, that seems so. I know my whiskey, right? It's going to tell us which is which. So that's split into 2. This is Japanese whiskey. This is Scottish whiskey. So this is Tenjaku. This is Rokkosan. This is the Observatory. And this is Ballantine. Beer we're using today is Battery's Side Hustle. This beer is the closest to what we're exposed to in regards to commercial beer we're actually drinking in Nigeria. And it's actually the cheapest, but it's one of my favorites. I had an episode review with Sky Vodka, and it actually, I was sold on this. However, anyway, I'll see you guys. Let me go meet Bond. Welcome back to the Blank Sheep segment. And Bond, like I said earlier, Bond has stretched us. We're doing 4 different tastes in this one, right? So Bond knows his whiskey, he knows his whiskey, he knows that. Let him show us his onion. So Bond, for what we've infused Battery's Side Hustle. This beer is one of, I just jumped on this, but it's actually nice too as well. It's the closest thing to
your regular
commercial beer, right? You know, so that's what we're using. So we've infused a shot from every single thing we reviewed. The Observatory, the Ballantine, the Rokkosan, and Tenjaku. So I want you to take a sip from each and let me know which is which. Show me your honors. Let me get more comfortable. Drum roll. Okay.
So I'll take a sip of each one first.
Enjoy.
Or is it going to be difficult?
Yes, that's the idea. I hope you fail. I hope I'll be easy. But it's difficult though. But you see, the beer is not bad though. It's actually not a bad beer.
Not bad.
Not a bad beer. It's actually not a bad beer.
It's going to be very difficult. It's actually unfair.
Yeah, that's the idea. Once you get wicked, I don't want anybody to be able to get any.
I know what this is.
You know what that is, eh? Okay.
And in fact, that was the only one I knew that I would be sure I'll get this.
Yeah, and I think I can agree with you. Okay, so.
Wow. Voila. First of all, I can say this is Rokkosan.
Yes.
I'm almost 100% sure that's Rokkosan.
That's how you do the tasting, guys. That's how it is. It is amazing.
Unique.
It's unique. And that's why it's
so that's Rokkosan.
Rokkosan. Okay.
Ha! Let me start again.
You go try hard. But you can taste the whiskey in it still.
I can.
That's difficult.
I can. I wish the balance of the whiskey was more.
I poured quite a lot though.
I wish the balance of whiskey was more.
I poured quite a lot in each though, to be honest. You tried though. You find
I think this is a Ballantine. I think so because is that the Ballantine or the no? So I'm using the wrong metrics now.
I think they're doing good. They're doing good.
I'm just going to have to guess because the thing about the remaining 3 is they're very close in taste.
Yeah.
So I would just have to wing it. I know that Rokkosan, I'm correct with that.
Yeah, right. Trust me, I'll give you that.
I'll just say this is a Ballantine, that's the single malt, and this is Tenjaku.
Final answer.
I'm guessing.
I always feel like Frank do.
I'm guessing.
You try though, because this is very difficult. I mean, four whiskeys. This one for sure, you won this. So this is Tenjaku. This is Ballantine.
I got Ballantine, yes.
Yeah. No. Sorry, this is the Observatory.
And this is Ballantine.
Try again. I'm even tripping, am I right? Can't ask producer.
Okay, I see.
You see what I mean, yeah?
I see.
Try it again.
This is one that throws you off because
yes,
it's very smooth.
Tenjaku, guys, you see what it means? Tenjaku is smooth. Tenjaku is smooth.
This one that throws you off.
Yeah, but you try to.
But yeah,
before like you have gotten that one straight.
No, that one I knew that from as we got on the set and said TI tasting. Yeah, if I don't get that,
that's how powerful Rokkosan is. And guys, sorry for getting too comfortable. I mean, this has been a very long period, and I hope we provided some value, for you in regards to picking your whiskey and picking affordable choices out there. Bon tried, he tried. We'll give it to him.
It's cheating. This thing.
It's actually a very difficult one. Well, I mean, it's all over there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. But what this has taught me that whiskey and beer is not a bad combination.
No, before we even go here, it's not bad for every mix you've tried. Trust me, everything has gone well. So which would you recommend? If at all, let's say Battery wants to start mixing.
I would say the Tenjaku.
You take the Tenjaku.
I take the Tenjaku. The Tenjaku.
Bio. I keep increasing the buyer every time, right? It's okay, guys. So don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on social media. Subscribe, guys. And just subscribe, share, give a comment, and tell us what you even feel about the idea of even mixing whiskey with beer in the first place, right? Please drop a comment and let us know. I'll see you guys on the next.